What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk to you about RKLB. They do have their earnings coming up. I want to go over some of the current estimates and just some general support and resistance points that you need to keep in mind. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So right now it did close or sitting at 21.25 over the last 1 year, up 364.99%. And then over the last 1 month, it has pulled down with a lot of other growth stocks, down 27.9%. This is what they do in case you somehow do not know, but you wouldn't, again, be watching this video if you didn't know. But as far as the current expectations, it is the 27th after hours, -7 cents for the earnings per share, 130.57 million for revenue. Over the last 90 days, 2 positive and 1 negative revision to the earnings per share. As far as some kind of details and specifics, so that earnings per share does work out to be a 2.32% year-over-year growth, -10 for the low, -5 for the high. So a little bit of volatility for that. That's based on 8 analysts. And then for revenue, that 130 million does work out to be 117.65% year-over-year growth, 123 the low, 133 the high. So I feel like the key metrics for this earnings will be able to really move it. And as you can kind of see, it's a lot of room in either direction. So it could be a lot of volatility. But aside from just the key metrics, it is going to be the future guidance. So number of launches, if the Neutron kind of rocket is still on schedule for, I think it's like the second or midpoint throughout 2025, and just general demand. So backlog, those are some of the things that will really drive it home, right? So the market is really looking at future guidance rather than a lot of the key metrics as of right now. So in RKLB's case, it's going to be future guidance. But like I said, there's going to be a lot of volatility. Current anticipated move or implied move is 12.86%. That works out to be almost like a $2.73 move in either direction. Historically speaking, this column right here does show the 1 day move after earnings. And so over the last little bit, you've seen roughly around a 50-50 likelihood of a meet/beat. When it does beat, it does have some pretty good results. So it goes up on average roughly around 15%. If it does miss, it goes down on average 2%. So just for face value, I feel like that being said, there's a hell of a lot of upside. One thing to keep in mind, though, that a lot of innovative companies do struggle with is this is the highest they have ever been going into an earnings. So you can kind of see this column right here. It's been $9, $3. Last earnings, it was going into earnings 14.66. So this is the highest it's ever been. So potentially that could cause Wall Street to freak out, because typically, even though a company is having good growth and everything, a lot of people might look at the multiples. So again, Wall Street does always have a very difficult time in valuating innovative companies, and RKLB is as innovative as they come. So I think in general, even if it does hit all the key metrics and gives phenomenal future guidance, you could still see some volatility. So just anticipate that aspect is a little bit more of a Russian roulette. All depends on what analysts are saying about it. But based on the options right now, the bulls are seeing roughly a $29 to $30 target, which obviously is kind of in line with that, or a little bit more than the implied move. The bears are anticipating, based on this, for it to be kind of sub 16. So again, a little bit higher than the implied move of roughly $2 in either direction for the most part. Shorts have been returning leading into the earnings, so that does lead me to believe that they feel that it could actually be a very successful earnings overall. On Wednesday, shorts did increase though, 1.12 million shares. 12.23% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 54.51 million shares. So despite them increasing on Wednesday, overall the trend has still been going down. So once again, meaning that maybe they do feel like the earnings will be a pretty big success. So let me know your thoughts on RKLB. Give yourself a shout out if you own it, if you sold it, or just generally throw your price predictions where you feel it'll be post earnings. And then as well, I'll give you a post earnings video as well, going over the absolute key highlights from the earnings that you need to kind of keep in mind and everything. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. One final thing, pop over to my Discord, completely free, link in the description below and also the comments. A lot of good people, a lot of good chat, talking about stocks, options, crypto, everything. So with that said, appreciate all of you watching.